Venga.
Estamos aquí, estamos aquí, estamos aquí, estamos aquí, estamos aquí, nadie vino y estamos aquí.
Yo sí vine.
There's like 0 people.
One. That's me.
0. Oh, yeah. I guess you are a people.
Well, wait. A person and a dog.
Okay. Well, Cubo.
Say hi, baby. Oh, you see.
That is Cubo, and the other puppy you have around there is Cujo.
This is
You know who Cujo is? No?
Say hello. Okay, bye. Oh, it's really heavy. Okay.
So, what's up? What's up, puppy? Let's wait for people.
How's been your week?
Here.
How has your week been?
What's that?
How has your week been?
Just like really busy. It's one of those weeks where it's just like work.
Really work.
It's been. But wait, what should we put as music while people arrive? Should we put lo-fi?
Yes. Hello to Anna. You're here. Sally.
Let's put the chat overlay there. Hi, Pablito and Bidi. That's Sumit. Hola,
Romina.
Sumit.
Nice.
Hola, Anna. And me, I'm here. Hey, Anna. Yes, of course. So, Bidi.
Hey.
I missed the streaming yesterday. Like suddenly it was like, wait, streaming. How do you do it?
I mean, you've been like 4 hours in a row in this meeting, in this eternal meeting. And suddenly it was time for the streaming, so it must be hard.
Yeah, but it was good. It was one of those calls where a lot of things get done or discussed.
Oh, nice.
Because we're starting a new project, and so it's. I think I don't know if this has happened to you ever, really, but like those times when you make assumptions, you know, you're starting to make something, and then you start making assumptions. It's like, oh, people understand that, right? They know what I mean.
I made myself very clear.
I made myself very clear, and then 2 weeks later, you realize, like, oh, nope, nobody understood what I meant. So. Like we're starting a new project, and there were a lot of assumptions that we were just discussing. You know, it was one of those calls where like, "Hey, hold on, I thought we were doing this," and then they were like, "Well, I thought we were doing this," and I was like, "No," but it was nice. It was good because you need those conversations, so you have everything ready, and then you keep moving forward. You know, and it's when you're beginning a project. I think it's important to have those kinds of calls and just like even have them like daily. So I think starting next week, we're going to have to do again like one of those daily stand-ups. Like we only do stand-ups when we're doing something like totally new, you know? And since when you're creating a new project and all that stuff, it's just like a lot of things can go wrong because it's just like at the atomic level, you know, when you are the closer you get to matter, the smaller it is, the more chaotic it is.
Yes.
And then it can turn into something, you know.
So you are having,
but at the atomic level, when we're just starting, just chaos. So that's what's been happening, and we're at that starting point, you know, entropy level max, and then hopefully that chaos, I don't know, like goes away, and then we can keep moving forward, and we can turn this into an actual thing.
Sounds
anyway.
like a lot
Yeah,
of work to do, but it's going to be something great. I'm
I
hoping.
hope so. Yeah.
Yes.
And Mariana's here. Hey, Mariana, what's
Yes.
up?
What's up? Having
So,
technical troubles a little bit.
yeah, and people are here too. We have around 10 people here. So, for all of you who are there, just like, hey,
Thank you.
ask us questions. Just like, hey, put something like, where are you visiting from? Say hi. Is it good morning, good afternoon, good night? What is it for you? Share a little bit about yourself, and maybe we can discuss you, and we can creep on you and Google you, and then no.
From which part of the world you are watching us?
From the world.
Yeah, there's
Those,
somebody watching from India, Mariana. I think it's like really late over there. So how cool that you are joining us. Sami.
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
uh,
Pablito fans in India. I
Yeah.
think that, like, Pablo, you are kind of a celebrity over there. Maybe you should think about visiting India soonish.
Okay.
I I would love to. Yeah, like somebody has to invite me though. Like I'm gonna go over there, and nobody's gonna.
You,
Yeah, no, no. I
you
would
are
love to go actually, not just
you are
because of
like,
this.
somebody has to pay for my ticket. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, like, hey, somebody just like pay for my ticket, my stay, first class only. Okay, has to be top suite, presidential suite only, minimum level. That's what it's one of my those are some of my requirements. Some.
Some of them, and a lot of vegan food, please. Spicy vegan food. And
Oh, I heard that in India it's just like
yeah,
food by default. It's just spicy, right?
Like
no,
paradise for you.
So it's
I believe that
paradise.
in India you're not gonna have any props. Like, they love spicy food. I love I really love Indian food though. Really delicious.
Hard to eat. I mean, if you're not used to, maybe it might be hard like to all the flavors, right? Well, I've never tried it.
Yeah, and then
But what do
have
you mean by hard? Like, it's spicy, or
The
it's a
smell or the sensation
complex,
or
or
complete experience of trying new flavors. I think. I mean, I'm imagining that might be like different,
yeah.
like something
From,
different.
from what I heard, it's just like different places. I mean, like in any country, I guess. Like, but different states in India just like have different cuisines too, and some are maybe what we know over here is the spicy side of India, but as in the spicy curries and all that stuff. But I think there's a lot of different flavors to explore, and
Oh, how cute!
yeah. I have a story though, just to help you imagine. Well, it helped me to imagine how Indian food is. And it's that, I don't know if you know, but Octavio Paz, which is like a really famous Mexican writer, uh, he once, long time ago, was like the ambassador in India, the Mexican ambassador in India. So he had this amazing book about the similarities between the Mexican culture and the Indian culture. And it's actually like a lot of stuff that we have, like, that we have in common, like in food, obviously, because Mexicans, we like these complex sauces like pipián or mole, or
Huh?
this kind of stuff that it's similar to curry. And also, like, in their familiar structure and some traditions and everything, like, we have a lot of things in common.
yeah, and I think it's not. It was as far as I know, it was the food, but it was also the culture too. Just like a lot of. I think there there's some. Do you know just how in Mexico there's a lot of well, there are ancient civilizations that got a little bit mixed with the colonizer civilization, and just like the religion and the language and stuff, and the beliefs, because I suppose there's still some of indigenous beliefs and words and stuff, but there's mixed with everything that is new from Catholicism and other religions that come. And I don't know, like I'm imagining that. And but you know what I want to do? Like if I were to go to India, I want to do the Darjeeling. I don't know if it's called the Darjeeling Limited, but like the Wes Anderson movie. Have you seen
Yeah,
that
yeah,
movie? Have you guys seen it?
I
I
did.
one of the most least or more underrated movies from Wes Anderson. You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
I, no,
Once,
I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Like someone is shouting outside the
okay.
outside the house, and I didn't listen to you. Can
Something
you?
about a
So,
word.
like, yeah, anyway, there's a movie from Wes Anderson, the Darjeeling Limited, where
Oh,
three
yeah,
brothers,
yeah,
like,
Darjeeling. Yeah, 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 yeah.
and
I
I
know
would
what.
like to go I think I would like to do the like the journey, like get on the train and do that thing.
Nice.
But uh, but yeah. Anyway, we've been talking about like India, just like so old people in India.
Should go.
Hey, you gotta. I'll send you the writer. I'll put it publicly so you can see that. I need a special food. I need a special place to like a special place to just like keep my beauty. Also, my travel has to be first class minimum. Is there something above first class? And
Private jet.
just like oh, private jet. Yeah, there you go. Okay, has to be private jet and
Well,
presidential suite.
and also it all depends on the. I think that on the airline, because it's different, like the first class from Emirates than from all the others airlines. I think, and also
Yeah,
Air France has something like really fancy too.
yeah.
I don't know,
Anyway, cool.
expensive stuff I can't afford.
Yeah. So what's up? What are we doing today? Because I think there's an agenda. You guys have something
Oh yeah,
to.
Mariana and I have been planning this interview because we want to know about how it feels to be colorblind. So maybe we can share something, like share all our questions we have with you, and you can clarify everything about it. How do you?
Yeah, and also I just want to introduce like why we are doing this. I think like this, like I would love to introduce everything before jumping straight into the questions. And so we have been doing this course on Gorgeous UI for a couple of months now, and we have been just like deep diving in a lot of different stuff. And now we are deep diving into color. And something that I really loved about like your approach to color, Pablo, is that like you are all about functionality and contrast because you are colorblind. So I think that that's something like really cool from you, and it's kind of a superpower because we can learn a lot about accessibility and how to nail beautiful colors in a user interface, just like listen to the things that are difficult for you. So I would love to first ask you like, dude, what kind of color blindness do you have?
Wait,
So
are
first of
there?
all, I just want to make sure I understand. You guys want to exploit my
Yeah, of course.
my disability for
Your
your
disability,
entertainment.
because you know like the best way to be inclusive and accessible is like to have a
Exploit people.
designer with the actual
Okay.
disability. That's
No,
how
no,
it works.
yeah, sure. You're just like
Makes
you're
sense.
here, just like, hey, Pablo, come on, be your clown. Like be clown, so we can entertain people. It's okay. You're welcome. But
Wow, what's happening outside your apartment?
mine,
Yeah, it sounds like a craziness. Anyway,
and so
what
uh,
is that?
yeah, I had a protanopia, or one of those. I actually don't know because like whatever the test, like they always give me different results. I know that I don't have the one that is like yellow green, no, yellow blue. I don't have that one because like I can see yellow and I can see blue. Although I do confuse blue with purple, so here's the thing: yellow and green, you confuse those, right? That's
No.
You confuse those.
It's not common for you. It's just like, oh, that's yellow.
Yeah.
No, no. Well, actually, it might be green. No, that's not a common thing with you.
No, that's not common. For
You
example,
don't. You
what
don't
color?
like.
What color is your chair?
Uh, you mean this thing?
Yeah,
You say it.
I just don't. It's like cream. It could be like.
do you think so?
I mean, this is gray, right?
Yeah,
This is gray,
that's right.
and this could be like cream, or it could be yellow. I don't know, like sand.
Like you're not 100% sure what color it is.
You're
It's
wondering.
just like one of those colors that is like the same as all of those. It's just like they're all the same. They just like blend
Okay,
in.
it's really interesting. For
So
us,
it is
it's
green,
green. Yeah, it is 100% green. It's not like creamy
cream,
green,
cream.
green.
GREEN.
G R
Oh
E
no,
E
I
N.
was saying cream, as in like a whipped cream.
No, no,
It's,
it's not
the thing
cream.
that you put in your coffee.
Yum.
It's not
No,
cream. No,
okay.
it's green.
Well,
Okay,
you guys are crazy. I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, it can be green, it can be cream, it can be whatever of those.
so Bidi, I think that you have some examples. I think that you prepare some stuff
We were
that you can
prepared.
put
Oh,
in.
so again, I'm just your.
No,
I'm
no,
here to. You're going to exploit me. You're going to put some tests
No,
to
the
me. Is
thing
that
is
what you're
like
no,
going to do?
no, no, no.
really
Bidi
curious.
prepared some examples, and I want to show everyone like how do you see?
Yes.
You know
So,
what? Actually, that would be nice.
ta-da!
Like, wait, what? What is that?
What do you?
So
That looks disgusting. Number one, like, what is that? Like that looks like a. Is
Oh
that
no!
is that like a? What is that?
What
so
color?
that's an apple, and in the right,
Oh, it's an apple. Hold on.
yeah. So that's an apple, and
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to zoom in.
and
I thought it was, I thought it was something else, like a kind of a disgusting thing. But
no, no, it's an apple.
I like. No, it's Vidi. Is it you, Vidi?
My face now.
It's an apple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what's your point? Yeah, there's a difference between left and right.
Yeah, and for us, apparently the world is more reddish than for you. Like for you, the world it's kind of yellowish.
Well, I'm sad for you. I'm sad for you that apparently it's all red for you. For
It's
me,
not all red, but we can see a lot of red hues.
I see the differences here. I see on the left
Uh-huh.
it's full color, and on the right is partial. uh, anyway, cool. Yeah. So the thing is that whenever you guys do these kinds of tests, I think I don't understand them because like
Because you
they're
can see
meant
them.
because they're meant to be for you guys to see, to simulate what I see. I feel like all of that is BS. I feel like all of that stuff is not really. They don't know how to simulate that stuff, and it's just like yeah, they look like this, and it's, come on, how are you gonna know what tells you that I don't see you and I'm actually seeing like little cartoon characters like moving around. Da, 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 da. That's what I see on the
Well,
street.
well, we are getting a little bit existential here, but I'm used to color blindness because my dad was colorblind. So since I was a kid, I was raised in this family like that was always asking, "What color is this? What color is this? Should I wear this with this?" And what my dad used to say to me is that everything looked kind of muddy,
Yeah.
like yellowy, muddy, creamy,
Yeah, exactly.
desaturated.
I actually I was very old in age when I realized what people meant about fall, like the season, and just like all the changes of the leaves and all that stuff. I didn't get it. I never understood. It's like, oh yeah, yeah,
Of
whatever.
course.
Just the leaves fall. like from the trees, and that's it. But apparently, it's a big thing of just like, oh, look at it. The colors are so different, and for me, I never understood it. But I didn't really. But it wasn't like, oh, I don't get to see the colors. I just like literally didn't know that that's actually something that happened. I thought people were just like being more metaphorical or more like, oh, the changes that are happening in life. I thought people were not literally leaves were actually changing color. So until like, no, Pablo, like, you're not seeing that apparently the leaves go red or something, right? Or like
Yeah, like
oranges and stuff.
they change from green to orange and to red and to like yellowish. And you know what?
That's not a
Like
thing for me.
you are saying something really interesting about color, that is like, yeah, of course color is something that we can like we can see something something related to biology that we can actually see, but it's also something like kind of cultural, like for some people like the brownish means fall, but for you that you don't see
Means nothing.
like the green, yeah, the fall for you is like, yeah, just a bunch of romantics speaking about the
Yeah,
leaves,
I
but
thought it was just
whatever.
like, oh, the change of weather and the changes. The change of weather was something they were like picturing as a change in that was happening around, but I didn't understand that it was literal. That's all. But
Okay, first question. Okay, we are gonna get into, well, I think this is not the first question, but I think we're gonna get into story time. So I need you to tell me what's up. Like, how did you figure out you were colorblind? Because I don't know, when I was a kid, I
this,
didn't use glasses, but I never knew that I needed glasses until someone told me, oh, it's because you have myopia and you can't see in long distance. So how did you actually
How do you discover?
get to discover that, yeah, that you're colorblind?
uh, well, we can talk later. Hold on. Let's do the test.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so this is from Enchroma. I just found it. I just Googled, and apparently there are different tests. So this is what I Google: colorblind tests, and this thing is so Enchroma. As far as I know, these are the glasses, right? The glasses that are
Yeah,
supposedly, yeah.
changed
Which
your life.
it's all a scam, by the way. Those glasses are not real. All those videos, like people crying and all that stuff, it's a total scam. It's not real. I
They
tried
didn't work
them
for you, right?
and they did not work for me. So I was like, okay, this is just marketing. So it's all lies. It's fake news. So anyway, I did not cry. I did not experience that, but I did get. I remember doing the test like years ago. So hey, get ready to do the test. Okay, let's start the test. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Easy 9, right?
Yeah,
correct.
9.
Okay. Hey, if you the thing is that, oh, come on. No, 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 no. Let's do it again. Oh, come on. Hey, don't tell me the whatever you see,
No,
okay?
of course not.
Okay, 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 okay. Let's start the test. Hey, I see a 4. I see a 2. Oh, you actually see something?
Yeah,
Nothing. Hey, I see a 5. Okay, there's a little 5. There's a 9 there. Oh, come on. You guys see something.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Okay, there's a little 6 there. Okay, it's hard to see it, but there's a 3. Okay, there's nothing there. It's just like, there's nothing here.
Babs, you are 100% colorblind.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Oh, 6.
No.
Oh, come on. Nothing. That's a 4. Hey, that's a 4 too. Oh, come on. There's nothing here.
Wow.
That's a 9. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, it's a 5. Oh, come on. Nothing. Nothing.
What?
Okay.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God, come on. And Chroma.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no
Continue to
thanks.
test result. Okay. You're proton colorblind. Uh,
Wow, 0% red, Pablo. So
what does that mean?
You don't see red at all. Wow.
A stronger deficiency in
wow.
your red color color means you have a type of red color called proton. Okay.
That those are the glasses that you
So
had.
you have protanopia, 100%
Yeah.
confirmed.
Do you wanna be colorblind and look like a douche? Buy some enchromas. Hey, you are. Come on. What- I mean,
Well,
there's
those
people
ones
who.
are cool. Like they don't look good on him. I'm sorry for the model, but like the glasses are cool.
I,
Why they like you know what? Like they are associating uncool people to color blindness. How do you feel about that, Pablo?
yeah, they're just like, hey, let's. Here's some glasses for you.
That look like a
Like
douche.
the uncoolest glasses. It's will this cure my color blindness? No, 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 no. You're a douche and you're a dumbass. So here are some glasses that will make your dumb assness feel look more obvious. That's really what they're recommending there. So hold on. So I actually copied one of the images, and I want to do something. So
So it's 100% confirmed. Like you can't see red apples. For
So
you, all apples are yellow.
or
Wow.
yeah,
I
or green.
I can totally see red apples. You guys are just like seeing like you're inventing stuff. That's what I think is happening. Oh, come on. Okay, let's start again. Okay, there's a 2, there's a 6, there's nothing. There's a 3, there's a 9. Copy image. There's nothing. There's a 4, there's a 5. Come on, copy image. Nothing. Nothing. 6. Nothing. Nothing. 9. Nothing.
Wow.
1.
So you are doing it once
Nothing.
The
again.
results are gonna be
No.
the same, right?
7. 4. Nothing. 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 Oh, come on. Just give me the results. Yeah.
0%
I,
red.
I, I thought something would change.
Fab.
Anyway, let's go over here. So,
What color is this?
so hold on. Like, oh, wait, what? Were you able to see that?
Yeah.
To
Hold
see
on. Like, hold on. Can you still see the 5?
What?
no,
No.
we're looking at your results.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen. Because like I copied that thing. So hold on. I copied one of the images. So do you see a 5 here?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you? I mean, I can see the 5 here. It's so weird because like apparently they also put it in a black outline. But
Yeah.
if I put a black background, then I cannot see it at all. But here's the thing: let me duplicate it, and if I do a hue change, then I will be able to see it. So adjustments, hue saturation, and then oh damn, yeah, there you go. There it is.
But that's purple. That's not red.
No, that's. Do you understand what is happening? What I'm doing?
Yeah, you are moving the hue
Yeah,
in
moving
the
the hue
color.
because like so it goes to a color where that I can see, you know. So like here at 0, I don't know what color is here, and but whatever the color is similar to the colors here. So I'm guessing that this is green and this is red, or this is green and this is red. Is that what's happening?
Uh-huh.
Kind of, yeah. It's
I
red,
What is red? The things in
the
the background?
number,
The
the
number
number. And the dots are a mix between purplish and
red,
greenish.
green. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And see, and that's what's happening here. So like once I start changing this, then I can totally see this color. You know, I can see that this is like a blue or something, right?
And that's why we need to design
To have a lot of
interfaces with
choices.
really good contrast.
Mhm.
But right there, it's just it's just the same color. Anyway,
Babs, what color is my nose?
You hate that questions, right? Like once somebody knows that you're colorblind, that they ask a lot of questions about what color do you see here? What color do you see here?
yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, I I know it's red. Here's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
know.
It's just a lot of stuff is it's also by context. You know
Uh-huh.
the color, and I know that a green has, sorry, a tree has green leaves, but that's all I see. But that's because in my head, I tell my brain, and because I've been indoctrinated and I learned that trees have green leaves. So if you draw a tree with brown leaves and you ask me what color are the leaves, Pablo, I would say green.
Hmm.
But because I know that trees have green leaves.
And that phenomenon, it's called color semantics.
No, it's called the funk phenomenon. The funk phenomenon.
It's called color semantics. That is that we put uh some like color for us signifies something symbolic. So for
Okay.
us, red is danger, green is like go ahead, or the green is for the leaves, the yellow is for the sign. So
Yeah.
Pablo, tell us more about tell us come on, tell us the story. How
Yeah,
did
there's a
you
lot of
get to
people
know? Like
that
you or it was something boring, like you just did a test and you find out that you had protanopia and you
Hold
continue
on.
with your life.
Let me. Pablo Stanley, colorblind. I'm pretty sure I made a. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like you were saying, Vidi, that I that sometimes I get that question, and I made a comic a long time ago. That was in
oh, let's see.
2020, and then it's like it's like when I tell people that I'm colorblind, and then how can you be a designer if you're colorblind? Well, and I tried to explain myself as like, how do you match your clothes? And it's like, what color is my shirt? They start asking questions like, oh, what do you see here? What about this dog? They get excited. Like people get excited because they feel like it's too weird. Do you see everything in black and white? And no, I do
You're
not. But that is my style of drawing, everything black and white. But no, I do not see everything black and white. And they start like, you should have tried, dude. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, how many fingers am I holding? Like questions start getting like this. Are you fake? And it's always like this. Are you faking it? Like there's always some kind of skepticism, and it's like, come on. And I get it. And it's like, can you see me? Anyway, I made that comic a long time ago. Uh, but yeah, I actually put a lot of stuff here, a lot of tools for those who
oh,
want to
that's
know.
nice.
Yeah, but yeah, how did I know I was colorblind?
When? When?
Well, I've been in design for a very long time. I think I mean I had when you're a kid, you just like know that something is weird, uh, because like I mean you go to school and they teach you the colors and all that stuff. But I remember being a kid and thinking it's like they all look they all look very similar, like But I thought you think that everyone sees like you never question that. You're not a kid questioning like, ooh, do people see things differently than me? Like you think that we all see the same thing. So I thought everyone
Yeah,
had
you
the
see.
same, like a lot of people actually just go throughout the whole life not knowing that they're colorblind because there's no point of reference. There's no there's no switch that you can turn on and off, even though those glasses tell you like, yeah, you put them on and you could see color. It's not true. There's no way for your eyes to suddenly see colors and then, oh, colors are gone again, and it's like, ooh, there's no comparison. It's just life. That's what you see, you know. So it's just your perception might be very different from my perception, and maybe it's not just color, you know, it's just like how you perceive a lot of stuff. So you never question that, and you can go through life that way, just like never knowing that you are one. But well, I am a designer, so being a designer, I suppose is kind of important to distinguish colors. And I think I actually went several years like not knowing, you know, I like still assuming that people were confused about colors as confused as I was, because back in those days I used to do a lot of photo retouching and photo painting for ads and stuff, and I mean, imagine me doing color grading and stuff, and
Oh boy.
and but I used to use Photoshop for a lot of stuff, you know, and I would like change colors for things that would look good to me, just like good contrast and hey, good composition. And it would be very common that people would tell me like, Pablo, like why do you, like in a photo or something, why do you make the water purple, you know, or pink? And it's like, I don't know, like, no, it's blue, I don't care, like, you know, like if it is a lake or something. I remember this happening a lot of times. I don't know what I was doing, that there was a lot of lakes and a lot of water. I used to work for doing advertising for brands. I cannot even remember, but brands like Tecate and Coca-Cola, and their photos, there will be water and splashes and ice and stuff like that. I remember, and those photographs, well, you have to like make them look better, you know, and make it pop, you know, and make those colors pop. And sometimes me and my editing of those colors, I would turn water purple or stuff like that, and people will always be like, dude, what the hell is happening? And I will always dismiss it. I never question. It's like, you guys are just like being like, I will be very, it was never like, hey, let's stop everything and let's talk about this because this seems like a problem. It was always like, whatever, it's just, I don't know, it's blue, pink, it's all the same. You know, those will be my answers. It's like, blue, pink, it's the same thing. What are you talking about? And it wasn't until I got into something where it wasn't something that was easily fixed.
So this is the gradient. So I can guess why you got confused between the blue, like putting water purple and not blue, and it's
Yeah,
because like
they're
they're pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. Like a red, I know that red is on the left, so all of that stuff on the left, it's very similar. It's the same. Like all the way to the right, where everything is blue. Everything on the left is red. The stuff in the middle is just like yellow or orange, and then stuff on the right is just blue. It's just like different shades of blue. That's what you see, right?
no,
Kind of with a lot of jumps of hues, but I can get
You,
it.
you guys see too much. You're seeing too much into things. That's what I
oversee.
see. You're overthinking this. It's just colors.
What
They're all the
about
same.
these ones for you?
Yeah, I mean, some of them look a little bit lighter. Like the one on the right is a little bit lighter, but yeah, they're all the same color. They're not. They are. You're just like now.
No,
You're just like playing with me, and it's like caca. No.
No, they're different. Like they are like one of those is yellow, two of those are green, and one is red. But you know what? Like between all of them, the saturation is kind of the same. So I don't know. I'm thinking that like your color blindness is related to something in the saturation, but I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. If the colors are not saturated, then they all look like muddy. They're just like mud.
So,
That's it.
so these.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you see?
I love how this turned into a test, like a scientific test or
I'm
something. They're
curious.
all like what pink hearts. It says there they're pink. So my brain says pink.
And your eyes?
Again, like what I physically see. If you put the word pink, then my brain is going, oh, it's pink, Pablo.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But I mean, if it wasn't for for what it says there, pink, I think I would think it's just like gray.
Gray. So you see gray with white in there,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
hearts.
yeah,
Yeah, the
exactly.
other I remember that one day Pablo was wearing a pink shirt and he was like, I love this gray shirt. And I was like, Pablo, that's pink.
No, no,
And
no.
he was
I
like,
would always get compliments on my pink shirts, like at least some time ago when this wasn't as common. But oh, so brave of you, Pablo, wearing pink. And it's like, wait, I'm wearing pink. you know, like, oh yes, Pablo, that's good. Just like no machismo for you. You're wearing pink, and I'm like, no, no, hold on, no, this is white. What are you talking about? How, you know, which now is more common for. I think there was a time when men wearing pink, at least where I'm from, you'll be criticized. You know, you'll be like, oh, you're wearing pink. You're not man enough. You know, which is very dumb. And but then suddenly wearing pink, it turned into a thing like, oh, you're brave, Pablo. That's good that you're wearing pink. And it's like, no, just colorblind. But yeah, brave. I'm very brave.
okay, come on. So you were confusing water, like blue with purple, in your Photoshop edits. And what else? Tell us the story. Like we
Oh
have here's
yeah.
some comments of people like Pablo. Continue with your story. Your story was interesting.
Well, I don't know. You keep distracting me with your tests.
No, no, no. We're done with this. Come on.
No, it
Okay,
was just
sure.
an example of the hues, but then yeah, we got distracted. So sorry. We
Anyway,
are gonna
yeah.
continue with rhythm.
So the thing is that yeah, I've been a designer for a very long time, and I'm talking about like a back when freehand was from Macromedia, and that was what I would use. And I used to use also a tool called Corel Draw, and yeah, and Flash was also for Macromedia. This was like 1999, 1998. I'm old. Anyway, back in those days, I remember the tools had like a the way that you pick color. Actually, it would be nice to see if there's call Corel Draw color picker. Color picker. Hold on. It's just like old school color picker from Corel Draw. I I oh, dude, look at this. Yes, this is exactly. Oh
What are
my
you?
God. I
What
want
is?
you to see this.
Share
Hold on,
your
hold on, hold
screen,
on. Let me,
Pablo.
yeah, yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me check.
No.
Give me 1 second. Uh, I want you to see this because this is, now you're going to understand why I will get confused. Hold on. Let me share my screen. My entire screen. Now let's go to Chrome tab, dice up. Okay, see that thing? How is one supposed to know what color is what? You
Oh
like all
wow.
of these, like all of this stuff, all of these colors, all of these things are the same color for me. All of these colors are the same color. All of this is the same colors. Like, I mean, only separated by shade. But are you not going to tell me that all of these are the same?
They are not.
Okay.
But I can
Anyway,
understand. Yeah.
this is what I would use. I remember like having to choose from these kinds of stuff. You know, like in Corel Draw had like a color picker like this, and I would be like, yeah, like for me,
You
for
will be like,
example, oh, like pick an orange or pick a green, and I'll be like, well, any of the colors here will be an orange or a green. It's okay, you know. That would be me.
yeah.
Like, hey, Pablo, pick a blue.
Oh
Okay,
my
any
god.
of the colors here, they're all the same. I don't. And I remember thinking to myself, why would they do this? Why would they put so many times the same color? This is so dumb. Like, I remember thinking this. It was like,
Wow.
okay, blue. I need blue. I will pick one of these. Any of these will be blue. You know, and pick green. And it's like, well, there's greens here. There's also greens here. There's also greens here. I don't know, Corel. What do you want me to do? There's so many greens I can pick from. I'll just pick this or this or this. And they're
Yeah.
all green for me. And
And
anyway,
and and I also think that it's because of Pantone, like their approach. I think it's not that accessible. It's not that intuitive.
yeah, it's just,
It's
I want
hard.
to see if there's any other Corel drop. No, hold on. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is like, I remember that it was very confusing for me, like how the color pickers were before, or at least in those tools, and they were so confusing that for me, it was just like it's just the same color repeated over and over. So whenever I'll have to do, I worked in this place that printed stuff too. I was a designer, but they also printed things, and and they had a
Uh-huh.
plotter, and they had two different types of plotters. One that would cut vinyl, and one that would print on vinyl. So like like vinyl stickers, and they will come in rolls, and like, they still do it that way, I'm sure, and rolls, and then they will print on like white vinyl, like almost like if it was paper, and then that vinyl you can go and just like use it as a giant sticker and put it on a wall or put it on a sign or whatever. And back in those days, like printing plotters were like top edge. They were like the top technology. And whoever had one of
Mhm.
those, it was just like, whoa, look at this. And it prints at 72 dpi or something like that. It is like, wow, so much resolution. It was just like, wow, how cool it was. But for like the cheapest alternative to that would be to do vinyl, like flat colors of vinyl. And actually, let me see if flat colors of vinyl you can flat colors vinyl. I suppose like yeah. Hold on. Like this. Let me actually share my screen. Flat colors vinyl. Yeah. So like there will be rolls like this
Uh-huh.
where I would put them in the plotter, like, and then let's search for a vinyl plotter. For the longest time, I will use one of these things, and I will put the vinyl in there, and then this thing it has a little knife, and then it cuts the vinyl, and then you can remove this, and then now you have only letters. That's the kind of work I would do. This is not printed, or at least I think this is not printed. It will be cut in the actual sticker. And then that way you have like transparent letters, and then all of those vinyls will be something like this, and then they will come in rolls, and you will put in the plotter. I remember doing that. It's just like put in the plotter that will come in different sizes: 24 inches, 36 inches, 48 inches, and that you would use that to just like create different signs, for brands and for stores and stuff. So like, hey, the sign outside, the sign in the door, the sign in the window, and the sign for the bathrooms and all that stuff. Like I will make them, I will design them, and then put them together just to waste as little vinyl as possible, just like I use as much vinyl as possible and put all the signs together there. And then we will put them on actual like acrylic or on glass or on actual luminous signs, like signs that will have emit light from below. And then, is that how you call it? Anuncios luminosos.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. And so, yeah, I used to do all of that stuff. I would actually do all the production, not just the design, but also the production. The production and for like I think the first 4 years, I'll be the one actually putting them on on the actual signs. That's also when I found out that I was like not very I didn't like heights at all. I mean, who likes heights? Here's the thing. I was like, oh, I'm afraid of heights. I didn't know I was afraid of heights. And I think it's not so much afraid of heights, but I was afraid of shitty stairs, of shitty ladders, because like obviously Mexico, good old Mexico, you will have a business owner that will just like buy the cheapest like tools and the cheapest things that you would use as a worker. The owner wasn't the one actually putting all the signs and everything. It was us, but the owner wouldn't buy expensive stuff that would make our jobs better. No. Just buy the cheapest thing, and if it breaks, fix it.
Oh my God, dude.
So I would go in like third floors or second floors on one of these ladders. They were just like shaky like this. And to put a sign on like one of those things that just like says like Tecate or like open 24 hours, that just like put them super high so you can see it on the street. And like the worst, like it's just like one of those like ladders, and then you would just like go up there, just like
climbing for your life.
And then there will always be one person helping you out. Just like one person who is down there, just like
the security buddy.
The holding the ladder. They're not doing anything. Okay, it's just there as a placebo to just like give you some confidence while you're out there. But if something just like moves, you're going down. Yeah. The first person to run is going to be the first one. So anyway,
I love a comment from Lorena that she says that Mexico nos hace fuertes, Mexico makes us strong, and I totally believe that Mexico makes us strong.
I don't know. I mean, that's what we say. That's what we end up saying. No, that makes you stronger. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure I will be strong too if I had a good ladder. If my boss would have invested in a good ladder that would make our jobs safer, I think it will be okay.
So Pablo,
it would make me. Hey, hold on! I'm telling my story.
Yeah. Okay. But I just want to like redirect the story because now we can understand the context. Like you were working in this.
Let me give you context. It's all important. There's no detail that is not important in the story. Okay.
Oh, okay. But no.
There you go. I just like turn it off because they were distracting me. They're not allowing me to tell me.
That's mean.
Like, okay, Pablo.
Anyway, okay. Are you gonna allow me to tell the story or not?
Yeah. So you were working. So I just wanna, you know what? Like in a show, when someone is like doing an interview and everything, like there's someone that it's leading the conversation. So I'm trying to be that person, and I just want to like do a recap of what you have been saying. So you were a young designer. It was early 90s. You were working in Mexicali in this place where you were like printing and doing vinyl stickers and doing like oh wow, and risking your life. Thank you for the picture. It would be handy in a couple of minutes. So you were working in this place and you were risking your life putting these vinyl stickers in using shitty ladders,
designing them, cutting them, collocating them,
doing everything.
Everything.
What a genius! So, and what happened next?
So that's how it all started. Like the first between 2 and 4 years, that was I would be doing everything, you know. But it got to a point where it's like I was hired at a different company, a bigger company, and the bigger company had a larger team. I actually, this larger company did invest in good ladders, and it'll have a larger team. So the designer wasn't the one putting the stickers on the signs and wasn't the one actually cutting the stuff. You know, there were different teams doing different things, and I was part uh, of the design team. Let's call it that. And as a designer, I was only doing the design stuff. So I wanted to give you that context because, like, um, it got to a point where I was only preparing the files, you know, for
Okay.
to go into production, like
Yeah.
to do developer handoff, you know. But back in those days, it was actually production, just like so it will be printed.
It's
I
called
still
pre.
printed stuff. I was in charge of the one that printed photos. That one, since it was like I was telling you, there were not a lot of those. It was just like only the designers were able to touch that one. We, the designers and the like the production manager, we're the ones who would be able to touch that. But all the things that were vinyl cutting and installation and all that stuff, like I wasn't doing that stuff anymore in
Okay.
this new job. So, but someone still had to, well, cut it and put in the roll and do all of the stuff and remove the vinyl.
Yeah.
It's a very tedious job because it's very manual, you know. It's the vinyl comes in like flat, and then it cuts it, and then you have to remove the excess vinyl that is not supposed to be the letter. You have to remove it, and you have to put transfer on top of it so you can then grab it and then go put it on the windows or whatever. You know, it's a lot of work. So we had a really good client, a really important client. And this is like I'm from Mexicali, so this was in Mexicali, and back in those days there wasn't so much globalization, at least not in Mexico. I think the commerce was a little bit more protected, so there weren't any McDonald's on the street on Mexico. There was no McDonald's, no Burger Kings, no American brands, and so you will get the Mexican versions of those brands. You know, you will get the
Yeah.
Mi Burger, which would be like
Burger Boy.
kind of like McDonald's, but not McDonald's. Like and and I used to live in the border, so I was able to see the difference because like uh, uh, most people in Mexico maybe didn't care, but living in a border town, it was just like going to the other side, and I would get real McDonald's, you know, and it was like, oh, the Mexican McDonald's was not that great because they were not real McDonald's. So having that, it wasn't just McDonald's, it wasn't just burgers, it was every kind of commerce. Like they will have a version of the American, but on Mexico, and there was one for Home Depot. There was the Mexicali Home Depot, you know, like, and it still exists. It's called Proconza, which is like all tools and things to make your home and construction stuff, you know, like the Toys R Us for male adults, I think. Not just male adults, but I think it's a pretty clear market. So uh, so Proconza is like again the Mexican Home Depot and when I mean to say that because of the brand, like they would copy a lot of the things from the brand from Home Depot, and I think they copied the colors.
Yeah.
And I mean, can you put that screen
Yeah.
again from Proconza? So are those similar to the colors from Home Depot?
Yes, they are.
They are okay. It's just like yellowish, orange, stuff like that, right? Or green. I don't know.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So it's the thing is that hold on. By the way, is it orange or green? What is it?
It's
It's
orange.
orange.
It's orange. Okay. So and it was so weird because like it was common knowledge from where I'm from, my little town in Mexicali, that Proconza used orange. You know that was their color, And again, like the trees, I knew that Proconsa was orange because growing up, knowing about Proconsa, you know that their brand is orange. I knew it. I didn't get to really recognize it, but I knew that it was orange. So we get Proconsa as one of our clients, and they're opening a new site, a new store. And like Home Depots, they're gigantic warehouses. So Proconsa is like that too. It's just the same model. It's just like a giant warehouse with multiple aisles and a big entrance and big parking lot, all of that stuff. So that means that whenever they're opening a new store, they need a lot of signs. The signs for parking lot, and the entrance, on the doors, on the signs outside, on the signs inside for the bathroom, and this is the aisle for plumbing, and the aisle for electricity, and all that stuff needs signs like that, so you can put up, and all of that stuff. Well, it's Proconsa, so it has to be on brand. And if it is on brand, it's not just the typography and not just the icons and stuff, it's the color that is like very supposedly, well, like again, we all grew up knowing about it, so it was like a very iconic color. I didn't even know that Home Depot existed. It was only until later I was like, oh, they copied. Anyway, so it was the very iconic Proconsa orange, and we get them as one of our clients. So I had to do all the signs for this new place that they were just opening, which means, again, all the signs for the aisles, for the entrance, for outside, for the parking, for the bathrooms, everything, every type of sign that you can imagine, we had to do it. It was a really good client, and we just like, hey, we're all excited we're going to do this. And I got to prepare all the files to be cut in vinyl, which means they were going to be using a specific type of vinyl that was like orange. I mean, it's not like you get a lot of vinyl colors. It's not a Pantone. I don't think they have Pantones, or maybe they do now. But it was just like, you get the orange. Which orange can I get? You get the orange that we have. We have one, and that's it. And so and all the colors were kind of like that. You get the sky blue and the blue, and that's it. And so I prepared all the files, and I was like, okay, I had to prepare everything to be used for all the signs that I used to like. I used to go to school, so I will usually stay late at night there, just like working all like after school, and just like staying late there, and and just preparing all the files. Why? Because like next day they will do the production while I was at school, and then I will come back in the afternoon and through night to just like do my work, right? So I wanted to prepare everything so for next day, so it was ready, so they can cut it, and we're all good to go. I will usually do that, and most of those times I will be just by myself. So I didn't have anyone
checking on you
to checking on me or anything. So I just prepare all the files. I left them ready. I left a note to the people who did the cutting, to the production, just like, hey, everything is ready. I saved the file here. Just go ahead and do it. And I was actually pretty proud of this too, because I remember like doing a lot of like organizing all the files and everything, and picking everything so it's organized, because you also want to put everything in a way that the people who assemble it, they understand it too. Oh, this and this goes together, and then they can put it on the acrylic, or they can put it on whatever. So it's not like just random stuff. You want to put it in a way that is ordered and organized, so the people who put it, they get it. It's very similar. It's so weird because like I was doing dev handoff back then too. You want to do dev handoff in a way that the developers will understand, and it's not a mess. You name your layers, you organize things, you put the components. Even though all of you designers out like, I'm not gonna name my layers, dude. Like I hate you. Like I hate, because I am also someone who has been in production, and giving me a mess to be produced, it's just like, what do you want me to do with this anyway? I was very careful with that. Even then, was trying to be very careful with that. And well, it gets to the point where there's only one color. Most of the stuff it was like black, white, yellow, and orange. You know, and well, I prepare everything for the black stuff, for the stuff that was going to be white, the stuff that was going to be yellow, and the stuff that was going to be orange. The most predominant color is orange. Orange is on everything, and yellow too. And so I prepare everything, and well, it gets to the point where I have to pick the color. And you saw that. You saw all that mess of all those colors that I just showed you before. It was just like 400 colors. No.
No, that one, BD, the coral thingy.
Yeah, I remember the one.
Yeah, anyway, let me share because so it's not confusing. And hold on. Yeah, this thing. So imagine that.
Oh, yes.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
So I had to pick an orange from here. And I'm like, well, I don't know. All of these look orange. All of these look orange. All of these are orange too, I guess. Like this row is orange. All of this stuff is like, for me, it's just orange repeated. It's like, whatever. I'm gonna choose this. It's like, hey, it's orange. Is this orange?
No.
Yellow.
It's mustard.
Okay. Well. Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, if I had chosen this color, everything would have been okay. But apparently, I choose something like this. Maybe this is not orange, or this is orange. Oh,
Yellow.
that's more. Anyway, I chose a different color. That's I don't know what I chose, but I just chose something. It's like, hey, yellow and orange. Boom, ready. I leave my notes. I go home. Happy.
I can imagine you so proud of yourself. Like, I did this.
Yeah, I did this. Look, I did this. And well, next day I go to school and everything. After school, I go back to the workshop. And I remember we had a giant workshop, just like the production part. And then on the other side, it was all the cars, because we had a lot of fleets, like different cars with all of their equipment and their ladders, like good ladders on each of those pickup trucks. They were just like, hey, go to this store to put this sign. Go to this store. This was a pretty good business. I think I contributed for them to just like going bankrupt. But anyway.
with your colorblindness.
No, there's many stories. And so,
and I can imagine that the owner, like, oh, come on, let's hire this kid. It's super cheap. What could happen? What bad things could happen? And this little kid was colorblind.
Anyway, next day I arrive, and honestly, I was expecting
everything
there was going to be a lot of people working and preparing everything.
Oh my God.
But I arrived and there was no one. It was just like almost like a desert. Like it was kind of eerie because there's always just like a lot of people. And I arrived, and I remember going into the part of the workshop where we would remove all the stickers and everything. And I saw a lot of the stickers just with all the vinyl removed, but a lot of it was not put in signs yet. A lot of stuff was in signs, but a lot of it wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're in lunch or something, and they haven't gotten to this part. And I was like, okay, just walking around, but it was weird, it was not common for that to happen. I would have expected them to be finished because they were really fast and it was a giant team. And so I'm walking around from afar, from the other corner. I still remember that, and it was just like I got chills when the PM, the project manager from the other side, Pablo. It's like, wait,
Pablo Stanley.
Pablo, where are you? But he didn't know what to say, because I suppose he thought it was too obvious for me what was happening. that why things were wrong, I suppose. And she's like, Pablo, he comes, ven para acá, come over here. I was like, what's going on? I was scared, but at the same time, like, you didn't tell me what to do, man. Like I was kind of a rebellious teenager too back then. So I was like, what does this guy want? So I go with him, and he's like, Pablo, what happened? I was like, what happened? I don't know what happened. But again, for him, it was really obvious. We were in the mess, and it was just all this vinyl around us. So it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What happened? And it's like, I don't know. Where's everyone? What's happening? And he was like, dude, what happened to this stuff? And again, I was not understanding. I was like, I don't get it. It's like, what color is this? And because for him, it was like, here's the gotcha question. And for me, it's like, what do you mean? It's orange, It's just like, no, what color is this? It's orange. He's like, Pablo, it's not orange. And so the thing is that, well, I was like, it's not orange, it's green. And again, this is like everything was produced. But so you're putting a screen there, but that's more later.
Oh, sorry.
It's because this is a production. This is the actual vinyl. He was showing me in the actual vinyl.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, it's green. And again, if someone tells me, Pablo, that's red, I will be like, oh, okay, that's red. And it's like, no, Pablo, it's green. I was like, oh, it's green? Well, it's green. So what am I supposed to do? Like, this is not my problem. Why would you print it green then? I was like, well, Pablo, because you gave it to us as green. I was like, no, I made it orange. And I can show you the file.
Okay, here we go.
So I went over there. It's like, well, let's see the file. He wanted to find the guilty person, because he was also not understanding that he told me, like, this is orange, sorry, this is green. But it's like, no, it's orange. And we're like, no, it's green. And we're like, oh, okay, it's green, I guess, So like once we get to the screen, and it's like, I opened the file, and I show him the file, and it's like, see, it's green. Sorry, it's orange. And he would be like, no, Pablo, this is green. And anyway, there's, I don't know, there's images that are appearing here. So yeah, he was saying like, no, that's green. And that's when I realized, like, oh, okay, I don't know, like I didn't know, like that's when I realized, like, oh, okay, yeah. And I thought it was orange.
And what happened after that? There's like,
well, they had to do it. We had to do everything again, and that's it. Just like a lot of production was lost and stuff. But that's the first time when it was like serious. There was like, oh, okay, this is an actual problem. And yeah, I remember him just like being perplexed, like, wait, what is happening? So what is all this time? What have you been doing? And that's the other image that you showed, where he was asking, just like, so how do you even do your job? How have you been doing your job? It's like, I don't know. Well, the thing is that and that's the part about like breaking apart the teams, the production and the design team. That was, if this had happened with me doing the vinyl thing, I think I would have picked the orange, or someone would have stopped me. It was like, Pablo, did you pick? Why are you doing green? And I'm like, oh, it's not green. Sorry, it's not orange. Oh, okay, I'll just pick the orange.
And that's it.
End of story. It would have been everything okay, but I wasn't in charge of that. So, and the thing is this: what I question is, like, why did the people who were cutting all this stuff and producing all this stuff, why didn't they stop at any moment, or even just at the file, looking at the file, it's like, oh, this is dumb. No, this should be orange. and Pablo Dummy put it green. And I think that also happened with the yellow. The yellow, I also put it green. So they used a lighter green for what was supposed to be yellow. So like the whole thing was wrong. The only thing that was okay was black and white. Those, no problem. And but anyway, yeah, and then that just happened, and after that, I would just now I ask every time whenever I just like don't feel confident about colors. Like, hey, is this the color that I think it is? That's it.
And how did you felt after that? Like, I don't
How
know,
did
like
I
what?
feel?
Yeah, like that day, like coming home and realizing that like you were confusing colors. How does that? I don't know. Like, how did you
I
handle that? Did you put some importance to that, or for you it was like, oh, whatever?
I I mean, it was for my job. It was kind of embarrassing that I made a mistake. So it was embarrassing. I didn't. I still like again with the whole thing about like, oh, you don't get to see the difference. So
Yeah,
you don't really get sad about it or anything because like there's nothing else. I think the only time there have been sometimes when I gotten sad, and that's because like I think something in a movie, I don't remember what, or that I wasn't able to see it and I was not able to experience what other people were experiencing. And that I remember I have gotten sad about that stuff. But back then, I mean, it's always been, again, if you're colorblind, you don't care. You don't think about that. It's just, that's your reality. That's all. That's the filter. That's my lens, to life,
yeah.
and I don't get to I don't get to experience what I'm missing out. So it's not like oh, I'm missing out. I don't care.
And
But yeah,
now how do you approach color? Like, I will like to know in your actual designs, in the products you build, in the illustrations,
well,
like
just
how
color
do you
theory,
actually choose your colors?
just basic color theory. That's all. I mean, there's a science behind this, and if you want colors to go well together, you know how to pick them. Just from the color wheel, you know that colors that are opposite, they're complementary, and they're going to look okay together. And also, if they are analogous, then they're going to look okay too. Or if they're in a monotone, like are gonna look okay. And but sometimes I will just like pick color, just like just like use my instinct or whatever, which I suppose like it's easier for anyone else. And for me, it's just like, hey, if it has good contrast and it looks kind of like it's balanced, then it's a good color combination. I will believe. I will still ask, but because I know that for some people, some colors clash and all that, and they have some effect on people. But whenever I need to combine colors, I will try to use color theory because I know that supposedly color theory works and it's pleasant to the eyes. Like combining complementary colors, for example, is just like something that our eyes appreciate and our perception appreciates. And so I
And you
just
know
do
what?
stuff like that.
I feel that like your color blindness in that way, it's kind of a superpower because it makes you to be more conscious about the decisions you are choosing about color. Because one problem I've seen every time in my students' work or in like in designs out there is that like designers, we try to choose with our gut, like maybe this with this with this, but we don't actually use, well, like good designers use color theory, but a lot of designers, they really don't use color
Or to
theory.
just wing it, and that's okay. I mean, just winging it. If you have the ability to see the colors, how they
Like, I
like,
can
if it
agree, but
looks good to
also
you, then it's supposed to look good for anyone. I That's my
I don't
theory.
I don't know.
I
I think that like doing it in a more structured way, like the way you do it, it's always better
No,
because in that way,
uh, not the way I do it. You want to see like my latest design, the thing that I'm building. This is,
show us. It would be really interesting because
yeah.
no,
It's
I
gonna
think
be
that
very interesting because like look at
it's
what I'm
really
doing.
cool. It's really cool
Look at
to
my extended color palette.
Oh,
This is what I do now. It's just like, hey, just do black and white, Pablo. Like, don't worry about stuff. So actually, we had been doing. We're working on a new thing, and as you can see, like I decided to go black and white on everything. It's just like we were experimenting with colors and stuff. Like, let me see if there's something here. Uh, oh no, I changed it here too. But you can see that we were experimenting. By the way, these are not my illustrations. We're just like using someone else's illustrations as placeholders. But you can see that it's well blue, and it actually looks kind of nice. It looks kind of pleasing, right? But
yeah, it looks cool.
then at the end, I was like, nah, let's just do black and white. I don't wanna. I don't want to risk it. So that's Pablo. How do you do it? Oh yeah. Just like I do this. I select the thing, and then I choose the color. One is here, and the other one is over here. Boom, color palette solved.
No, that's not true. Like, go to your work in Robotus and you will see a lot of color decisions that are like
beautiful.
really,
Well, yeah,
really
but
good
what
colors.
did I do later? It's just like I haven't done. I'm done with all that humankind. All black and white.
Well, but anyway, to my point, I feel that like sometimes that like we designers like we just wing it, but using color is more complex than just choosing from what's the name from a selection tool or from a color wheel. Like there's a whole theory and tools that you can use to make your process accessible to everyone. And also
Yeah.
I have seen you using, for example, some apps or websites that are not accessible,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's really like it's not cool because it's invisible for you. It's literally invisible. So
Yeah.
imagine that you need to pay your taxes and the website to pay your taxes is invisible for you. Or
Yeah.
imagine you have to, I don't know, use Uber, request a taxi, and you can't do it because you can't see stuff. I think
Yeah.
that like a lot of times we forget to put in like our user shoes and we just wing things, but but no. Like
You
this is
know,
a call to action to like to be conscious about like the that every decision we take when we design has an impact in somebody's life.
yeah, and I would say like it's not being colorblind is not a, oh my god, I go through
Yeah, it's
life and
not
I
a
suffer.
disability.
It's not a disability. It's not it's nothing like that. But it's like to your point, it's good to design for those things, and for people with different abilities, and like the industry that I seen that they are have been doing a really good job at this is gaming, games, like some games. I'm not gonna say that all, but have gotten really good, just like building for different for disabilities, and I think that even for people who cannot see, like where, for example, uh, this The Last of Us, is that the name of the game? That there's even an
Hmm.
HBO, like The Last of Us Part Two. They There's people who can see, who play these games, who say that it's a totally different experience because there's a lot of different cues that are not just visual. And you would say like, oh, but a video game, Pablo, you have to, and more when it's a like a first person shooter and all that stuff. You have to see it. You have to see the zombies when they come at you. You have to see the person that you have to shoot and all that stuff, but and you have to see the stuff so you can find it and you can solve the puzzle. But what they've been using is like different sound cues for every little thing. Where if you like people who can see, then they attune their senses to just like perceive other things. It's not like they get better at other stuff. They just like really just attune their senses. Just like, oh, okay, I'm going to use my hearing more.
Wow.
And it's apparently they did a lot of different things with sound design, where someone who can see is able to navigate through the whole game
By listening.
just by understanding that if they're walking, well, there's steps, right? And if they're walking
Wow.
towards something, towards their goal, then there's a sound that is telling them, it's almost like hot, 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 like, or cold, cold, you're getting colder, but just like with subtle sound design,
Cues.
with
Wow.
sound cues, or it's like if there's an enemy that is close to you, then in more with stereo sound, because then with stereo sound and surround sound, then if it is on your left or on your right, your enemy, and if you have to go through where to go. You can navigate things with those sound cues, and then, I don't know. It's really interesting because like there's a lot of stuff that can be done, and I'm sure that for someone with all of their five senses perfect, or six, I don't know, those sound cues and that sound design is still something that they will really appreciate and that they will really love. It's not just only for like my. I think that I will make the argument that if you design something for accessibility, you're making something better for everyone, not
Of
just for
course.
people with, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you're creating a better experience for everyone, and it's something that, like, for example, even just what do you call it, even just like ramps on the street, like ramps, like you see, oh well, for people who use wheelchairs, but they also help people who they're carrying their kids, on a little cart, or if you're on your bike, it's easier to get on on the sidewalk if there's a ramp, and even
Or
for
your
people
if
who,
you have a wagon with your groceries, or even if you have troubles with your knees, like they're
your
useful for
niece with a
well,
very
your
troubled
knee,
niece.
knee.
Okay. I thought like
So we have
nephew
a
niece.
question. We have a question here. I don't know if we can put it in the screen. They're asking us how we should design for colorblind people. Is there any specific color we should not play with? And I want to show you something to answer your question. Like, Pablo, like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just using theory here, and I'm showing some actual screens from our gorgeous UI course. But designing for accessibility, it's more about the contrast than the colors. It's not that you have some prohibited color, like, for example, Pablo can't see red, but if we use a proper contrast between the background, the typography, and the color red, Pablo can actually understand it's red, and use an interface. So it's more related to the text size, the color of the text, the background, and the actual color you are using, the contrast. I have some really cool examples here that, for example, here, the contrast is really low. So for and not only for colorblind people, even for older people, or for people that, like, for example, have some stuff in their eyes. For example, my mom, she can't see if the screen is too close to her, so she has to, like, put the telephone a little bit far away from her face. But that also is something like bad for her, because she can't see. She has myopia like me, so she can't see in long distance. So she's always struggling to actually see the screen of her phone. So something like this, using like a vivid contrast, it's better than using this like pastel colors. And this is really interesting, like also this kind of stuff.
Look, Maria,
Yeah.
I have a talk that I did a long time ago,
Oh,
and
nice.
actually, yeah, it's like the future is more inclusive, and the whole thing was like a design for accessibility is not that hard, and I think that actually the future is more inclusive. I actually, this was back in 2020, I think, or 2018, I think. So I actually believe that this has become true, and this there's more. Back then, nobody nobody thought about this stuff, but I remember having some stuff about this. I'm sorry, it's not that hard, and I think the myth was just like, a accessibility is difficult, it's expensive, it's ugly, it's boring, and very little people benefit. Not a lot of people would benefit from accessibility. I think those were the myths that was trying to demystify with this presentation. And well, all of this stuff is cool. Like I can share this presentation later, but enough contrast between your text and your color background. These are the things that you can do. Check your contrast, like this thing, you know, in like a 4.5 to 1. This is bad, this is good. I mean, even if you don't have like low vision, you can see that looks just like
Yeah, it's more readable and
it's
pleasing.
better. And usually you can see also like a white text over a color. Then you can see like there's kind of a threshold that tells you if the contrast is going to be good. 3 to 1. This fails, and here, Pablo, is the same color, so it fails, right? No, because the text
The
is bigger.
size.
Bigger.
The text is
And
bigger,
it's
so it's
bold.
okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of tools out there. But also, one thing that I think is important to know is that don't just use color. If you want to tell something important and information that is critical, don't just use color alone. And that's what I was mentioning. That's why I was mentioning also the sound stuff, because visual cues were not enough for people who cannot see, So what do? You do other kinds of cues, like for example, sound cues. But here, like in UI design, is the same applies. Whereas, like for example, here, and these were the old menus from Spotify and Airbnb. I think they changed them now, but they definitely changed this. But I remember having a very difficult time. I don't know what's selected here, and I don't know if anything is selected. If this and this is selected, when you make this small, it's
Oh,
Yeah.
just like impossible for me to see.
yeah.
But hey,
Even for me it's difficult.
yeah, but look at this. Oh, you have to make it. But look, this is orange or yellow or green. I don't know what that is,
Great.
but hey, it's active, and it's like, dude, no, just like that. That is incredibly difficult. Here, they all look the same. So is something different here?
The
Yeah.
first one, it's has another color.
Oh,
Explore
okay.
is selected, but like, yeah, there's
It's impossible
nothing.
for me to see.
Yeah.
I don't see the difference between these.
Wow.
And now this one was really helpful, because what happens here is not only the color that changed, suddenly the icon also changed. So this was a hack for me. Why? Because I knew that, okay, whenever the icon appears, that means if I wanted to do like repeat of the album, for example, that's something that I would do a lot. Oh, I knew that after this, then I knew the sequence. It's almost like on the light stuff, you red, yellow, and green. hold on, that's how it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I knew the sequence. Then I knew that after this, there was going to be the inactive one. And then after that, if I tapped again, it was going to be this state, the one that I wanted. But that's how I was able to get this. Why? Because there was one visual cue, and I knew that 2 taps after this, I was going to get this. That's so. What does that tell you? That I was not using color, but I was using another cue here. I was
Yeah.
using this cue of the icon change to be able to get to this thing. There was no cue for me to understand what the hell if it was active or not.
Yeah.
So now I think they changed it where they actually put a dot. And I think I actually suggested it.
Sure.
I remember suggesting this. Like I decided this, and now they did that. There was like, hey, just put a freaking dot, dude. And
Well,
Perhaps.
it looks the same. Green.
No, but it has the
no, but that's the thing. What I'm telling you, that is not the color.
Uh-huh.
It's the dot.
is the dot. Perhaps, but you know what? Like this is sad. Airbnb, come
Because
on. I'm gonna
what?
shame. I'm
No, no,
gonna
no. But they made that change. I don't think it
uh-uh.
is like this. Again, this was 2018,
Look at
maybe.
this.
So again, don't use just color. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Here, it's using color, but it's also using a dot.
The dots.
That's
Correct. Oh, nice.
that's what I mean. Hey, Pablo doesn't say color. Yeah, but if it had a dot,
It's active.
then I will be able to see that it's active.
Exactly. Babs,
Try
I'm
to use
trying to
other.
show you that Airbnb is still the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
look,
Oh,
like
I
this
didn't
is
know.
the actual app. Come on, Airbnb. You have 600 designers over there. Just put a dot. Come on.
It's it was a little pixelated when you were showing it, but I know. Yeah, it's but yeah.
It's a sad
And
world.
here's the thing. That's a problem with red because I cannot see red. In red is just like so common to use alert or something that is like danger. And then Airbnb shows red as their primary brand color.
Yes.
So for me, it's like, why do you choose a gray color as your brand color? Oh, hold on, my microphone is over here.
But it has dots now. Do you see?
But that's because
No, but
that's
that's not
because you
what
have a message that you haven't answered,
exactly.
Didi.
Oh, that's
We
right.
are we are speaking about like
There.
the system should communicate Pablo what is selected and he can't see red, so he can't see what's selected in that menu.
Mm, hard.
So, uh,
Shame on you, Airbnb.
nah. No, I think.
It's
Anyway,
difficult.
now it's easy. It's actually really
I
easy.
know.
That's what I
No,
was showing.
what I
Like,
what I was trying to say, like it's difficult because you need to change the complete mindset of an organization. I used to work in a bank, and we had a lot of troubles like that. And you need to guarantee that you can that you can give access to anyone to their money because it's their money. But it's difficult when you as a designer or as a person that takes decisions don't can't put yourself fully into the shoes of someone that has certain disability or certain
yeah.
way to see the
Anyway, for
world.
example, here's an example again. Like a really easy. Like a, I suppose, is this text red?
Yes.
Okay, so usually on input errors or on forms, you, I seen designs where they use red for mistakes, for you have to fill this up, and they just put it as red. And for me, it's impossible to know what it did wrong, and
Yeah.
it's supposed to be really obvious, You want people to be quickly see what's the mistake so they can correct it.
Mm-hmm.
And but so what I would recommend? Hey, just use an icon or even just an emoji, and this will help me a lot. It's like, hey, or even just like
Or
even
text.
something text that
Yeah.
says like, hey, required. There's an icon required, and now this like it stands out to me a lot. If you want, oh, but this looks ugly, Pablo. No, it looks beautiful to me that I know I easy to find, because like I get to see what I'm supposed to do. Text in a paragraph. Hold on, is there any difference between these two? Oh yeah. So for
Yeah.
example, here, like I suppose that there's a link, but here I added
The
just
underline.
the underline, and that just like helps me. But I suppose there's also color change. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a
Change
color
for
change. Yeah, but that's too subtle. And here's another one where it's like, no, even go further, and just like change the weight of your
Yeah.
links, and then that, wow, now it stands out a lot, right? This is a common pattern where it's like, where it's
Oh
like,
my god.
hey, this is something else, and this is like, dude, I don't know which one is which. I don't know what is going on here. So what do? A, just put something like an emoji. Okay, let's find the fire emoji, or even patterns like this. There's like, hey, it's not just the emoji, but also a pattern. Then it's really obvious now. Oh, the polka dot, all the one that has like this, and also the fire emoji. I know which one is which. It's not just the color. Use different things. Trello does it. For example, they have a colorblind mode that allows you to see things with patterns. I don't know if they still have it. I'm pretty sure they and yeah, and that allows you to just like, hey, if you learn the patterns, then you know what they mean. And focus states are just really the focus indicators, just like a something. It's one of the things that is like easy to miss, because like if you're someone who navigates an interface with your keyboard, then then you navigate the interface like this, and you could make it a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
And anyway, a lot of different things, because there's accessibility, not just visual accessibility, but also for modern, like a people who use just a keyboard, just use a text reader or stuff like that. You should yeah, you just like improve your designs so it's better for them, and then it's better for everyone else.
That's nice.
Yeah. To close this session, I will love to get like your final advice. Pablo, what do you think that
Follow your heart.
follow your heart?
Follow
No,
your red
like
heart that also has an emoji, and it has a sign that says it's a red heart.
Red.
It's red with something here in a pattern. So it's not just a red heart. It has a heart, and it also has an animation. It's pumping that heart. So that way, hey, you cannot miss that heart. So follow the heart that has a lot of other cues, not just the visual one.
I will I feel that my takeaway of this story, like thank you so much for taking like us into all the story. And the main thing I learned is that like you can actually change or use something about yourself that maybe could be considered something not good or not cool, and change it into something
Yeah.
good, into something that can help other people. And that's amazing.
Yeah. We're all a little bit different, so you can all bring a unique perspective to the team, or to whoever you're working with. So because you might be able to notice things that others don't.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty handy to have a colorblind person in the team.
yeah, because it forces creativity and innovation when you have people with different abilities and different mindsets and different cultures, and just like different points of view. Then suddenly, I don't know, you
so
innovate.
so if you are colorblind as Pablo, please go with your manager and ask for a rise, because you're bringing something special to the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. This session
Okay.
was really cool.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you, everyone who is still there. I know that we just like ramble for like 3 hours here,
It was just
but
1.5, but it
thank
felt
you,
like
VD. Thank you, Mariana, for exploiting my just no, it's not a
uniqueness.
disability. My uniqueness. Yeah,
Your superpower.
my superpowers.
And also,
Okay.
everyone that's here, if you want to learn more about these nerdy things, like just jump to our Discord and let's hang out.
Let's put a link there.
Yes,
Yeah, get
there's
into
the
our Discord or go
Come say
and
hi.
get our course. We talk about this stuff too. Okay.
our course.
Of course, get our course. Best
Last
marketing
thing,
ever.
Pablo, what color are my fingernails?
Uh, dude, they're poop color. They're just brown. That's the thing. Like red, green, whatever it is, it always looks
Like
just
poop.
brown, like poopy color. Mud.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.